So my name is Sam. I run the Platoon Studios with the studio manager, Ollie. And Platoon Studios is a journey that started around 3 years ago now. And when we found this place, we thought it was perfect because it was a huge empty warehouse. And it gave us the opportunity to just like dream up whatever we wanted. So it was a great blank slate to start. We really wanted to build something that was for the artist and for the artist community. And we just wanted all the spaces to be something different. And we wanted every space to have a unique character. So part of the studio ethos was actually allowing an artist to come in and for them to be able to come in at any stage of the process. So they could come in with no ideas whatsoever and just start in one of our writing spaces. And then we've got, for example, Studio 3, where they could go in and develop that idea a bit more, collaborate with somebody. Then they could go to Studio 2, mix it, refine it, maybe cut vocals for it. And usually at some point they will stop in here and make use of these like amazing pre's and all the outboard just to track drums or bass or keys or whatever else they might need. The artist doesn't have to bring anything. They can just come in and start creating, which for me has always been very important. Because we cater to a lot of different needs, we've got everything from a podcast studio. We've got a content studio where artists could go in and record content. They could record videos. They could take photos or make content for socials as well, which is now a big thing. And we've got Studio 2 is our Atmos mixing space. So that's great because it allows us to even showcase the technology to artists. It really allows people to connect with the technology. What I like is bridging that gap between the artist's creative mind and what we can do technology-wise to facilitate it. The room we're in right now is our Studio 1, and it's the space we use for mostly tracking bands. We track all the classical projects either in the live room over there if we do a quartet or we need a bit of a deader sound. But we've also got our content studio on the right, which allows us to do bigger setups. And this makes this space super flexible. Like this space specifically is built so that both live room and the content studio can take advantage of the desk. So you can decide which space gets plugged into the desk. Which is great, and it allows us not to use too many patch cables. It keeps the studio neat and tidy. Going around studios, it's always been find the Neve console, because you know you're going to get a great sound out of it. So when it came to speccing this place out, it just came pretty natural to me. We've got to build a tracking space, and then we need a Neve came like soon after. And I worked on a lot of vintage like Neve consoles, both like 80 series or 51 series as well. What we've got here is an 88 RS, which is just a great like combination of the two because it's got the classic Neve sound, but it's also a very versatile console. The way we use it here, we just take advantage of all of that flexibility and channel count just to allow all of our engineers to record every type of source at the same time. The 88 RS, like, it's got that classic warmth that all the vintage consoles have, but it's got a bit of a modern edge to it. For example, you know, of course, there's less distortion that you get sometimes from older equipment. There's the signal to noise is a lot better, and you know the way music gets manipulated so many times these days, it does really help getting that clean path through. Because classical is a focus of Platoon as well, it's great for us to be able to take advantage of all the facilities that the 88 RS offers us. Because in classical, normally you would want the cleanest signal and the cleanest recording. The 88 RS offers us that. I see the future of modern studios as being an interesting one. I think there's still a lot of space for consoles like these in a modern studio. I think what I like about the 88RS is that it's got, again, the flexibility of it. And I think that's really where modern studio design comes into place. Because I think a console that can handle multi-channel, it can handle a variety of sources, and it can do all those things well, I think will always have a place. You know, I've heard people before comparing consoles as to like playing piano. And I think that's what a console allows you. If you have a complicated tracking setup, it's like you could do it inside the computer, you know, you might be able to, but it would be a lot slower. Whereas with the console, you can get to so many things at the same time. It just makes the whole process easier.